CPA Garrett Wagner is back with us this morning. Garrett, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
You too, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Really important topic we want to share with viewers. This is digital estate planning. Now, a lot of folks know the term estate planning. What do we mean when we say digital estate planning?
So digital estate planning, we're talking about all of your online records and accounts. From Facebook, iTunes, and so on and so forth. They're getting more and more complex, and people need to start thinking about them before they pass away.
I was going to say, we say estate planning. We're talking about when people die. What happens to these accounts when people die?
Unfortunately, it becomes rather complex because each one is different. It's not like a traditional title where you can will it passes to this person. Each one's governed by those annoying user agreements that we never bother to read.
All right, give us an example. Like, talk about Facebook, for example.
So Facebook is the prime example. So Facebook started a couple of years ago having memorialized pages. So you can nominate a legacy contact. So when you pass away, they can manage your account. And you can have it memorialized so it lives on forever, or you can have it deleted when you pass away.
So what happens then? It allows friends to do what?
Friends can still see your page. They can still post things on your page, but your name and records won't show up in searches anymore. And then after your name, it'll say deceased, so people know that you're no longer living. Okay,
so that's one way to handle, say, Facebook. Let's talk about some other things, Amazon, iTunes, because lots of folks are involved there.
Oh yeah, once again, unfortunately, they're all different, but it's something that the user agreement governs it. So you gotta kind of take a case-by-case basis for each single one of those. So for iTunes example, they allow you to share your user information, your login and password, with somebody else. It's not as clear on kind of, can you share that, can you download those files to somebody else's computer?
I was going to say, because an error would say, why don't can I just migrate all that music or all those videos over to my account?
Right. So once again, it's more complicated than in the past, just like a box of CDs. So you got to look at each user agreement, which is pretty boring and unexciting to read.
But it's important, right? I mean, that's sort of the whole point of this. What about other online accounts?
Unfortunately, like I said, they're all different. So we'd have to go through each one case-by-case basis. You know, Amazon has their own rules, iTunes, Google Drive, Microsoft Drive. They've all got their own rules, and you've got to figure out how to navigate those as you go forward.
All right, so the bottom line on this is what then? I mean, you know, you really need to take the time to read the fine print, I guess is what you're telling me, right?
Yes. Read the fine print. A lot of times you do a Google search, like user agreements passing away. There's some good websites that have them summarized there that you can go through and save you the process of reading every page of that user agreement. Somebody else has already done that hard work.
But then put it down in writing, right? That's sort of, to close the loop on this, we say digital estate planning. It then create the plan so that there is a plan in place for when you die, right?
Exactly. These are the things you want to now put in your will. Put this digital records, what do you want to happen? Another great way to do it, online password management tools also allow you to create a legacy contact. So when you pass away, they can access your account. Once again, making it easier for someone to get in there and organize your life once you pass away.
Okay. Really important advice this morning, Garrett. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Happy to be here.
If you missed any of our conversation on digital estate planning, as always, we're sharing it online. You'll find it posted at rochesterfirst.com.